Have you ever noticed how the loudest people are usually the most lost ones in the room? They talk constantly, scroll endlessly, fill every second with sound, yet feel empty inside their own skin. But here's the strange truth nobody wants to admit out loud anymore. Your real life doesn't begin when you finally speak up or post something clever online. It begins the exact moment you stop, breathe, and let the noise around you completely disappear. I want you to imagine something with me for just a second right now. You wake up tomorrow and your phone is gone, the television silent, the world muted. What would you actually hear inside your own head when nothing else is screaming for attention? For most people, that thought alone is genuinely terrifying, almost unbearable to even consider. We've trained ourselves to fear quiet, because quiet forces us to meet ourselves honestly. And meeting yourself, really meeting yourself, without distractions, is the hardest thing a human can do. But it's also where every single answer you've been searching for is patiently waiting. Let me tell you about my friend Daniel, who almost destroyed his life by staying busy. Daniel was the guy who answered emails at midnight and replied to texts within seconds. He thought constant motion meant he was winning at life, climbing some invisible ladder somewhere. Then, one Tuesday morning, his body simply refused to get out of bed anymore. Doctors called it burnout, but Daniel called it something far more honest than that. He called it the moment his soul finally screamed louder than his notifications ever could. So he did something radical that scared every productive bone in his ambitious body. He turned everything off for 7 full days. No phone, no laptop, no music. The first day, he paced around like a caged animal, looking for any escape. The second day, he cried for hours without knowing exactly why he was crying. The third day, something shifted. Something inside his chest started to loosen its grip. By the 5th day, he heard birds outside that he hadn't noticed in years. By the 7th, he understood things about himself that therapy hadn't unlocked in decades. That's what silence does when you stop running from it like it's your enemy. Silence isn't empty, my friend. Silence is actually completely full of everything you've been ignoring. It's full of grief you buried, dreams you abandoned, and truths you've been avoiding facing. It's also full of clarity, the kind that only arrives when the static finally fades. We live in a world that profits enormously from keeping you constantly distracted and anxious. Every notification, every trending video, every breaking headline is engineered to steal your attention. And while your attention is hijacked, your direction in life slowly starts to disappear completely. You forget what you actually want, because someone else is always telling you what to want. You forget what your own voice sounds like, underneath all those voices yelling opinions. That's why silence isn't a luxury anymore. It's actually become a survival skill. Think about the greatest minds throughout history and what they had in common, really. Einstein took long walks alone. Newton retreated to the countryside during the Great Plague. Tesla disappeared into laboratories where the only sound was the hum of his own genius. They didn't create breakthroughs in crowded coffee shops or busy networking events with strangers. They created them in stillness, where the mind could finally hear itself thinking clearly. Stillness is where ideas come home to rest, before they're ready to be born. But we've forgotten how to be still, because stillness feels suspiciously like doing nothing. And in our culture, doing nothing is treated like the worst possible moral failure. The people who actually change the world know exactly when to step back. They know that rest isn't the opposite of work, it's actually a crucial part of it. Silence is the soil where every meaningful decision in your life is quietly planted. Let me ask you something honest. When was the last time you sat with yourself? Not scrolling, not listening to a podcast, not planning, not multitasking, just genuinely sitting there. For most of us, the answer is uncomfortable because we honestly can't even remember. We've outsourced our thinking to algorithms and our feelings to influencers we'll never meet. But your inner compass cannot be calibrated by someone else's voice constantly in your ears. It needs quiet to remember which direction is actually north for your unique soul. Try this experiment tonight before you go to bed, and I promise you something. No music, no book, no plans. Just you and the quiet around you. At first, your mind will rebel violently, like a child who lost its favorite toy. It'll throw thoughts at you, demand stimulation, beg you to grab your phone immediately. But if you stay just a little longer than your discomfort wants you to stay, something miraculous starts happening. The storm inside your head begins to settle into calm. And in that calm, you'll hear something you haven't heard in a very long time. You'll hear yourself, the real you, underneath all the layers society piled on top. That voice will be quiet at first, almost hesitant, like it forgot it was allowed to speak. But it knows things your busy mind has been too distracted to ever notice properly. It knows what drains you, what lights you up, who you really are at your core. It knows the dreams you buried because they seem too impractical for grown-up life. It knows the work that fits your soul versus the work that just pays bills. But you cannot hear any of that wisdom while the world is screaming in your ears. This is why monks have practiced silence for thousands of years across every continent. This is why poets retreat to cabins and writers hide in remote mountain cottages. This is why your grandparents probably had more peace despite having far fewer comforts. They lived with silence as a regular companion, not as an unwelcome stranger to fear. We've made silence into a problem, but silence was never actually the real problem. Your fear of what silence might reveal to you, that's the actual problem here. Because silence is honest, and honesty terrifies people who've been lying to themselves for years. But here's the beautiful part nobody tells you about facing yourself in the quiet. On the other side of that fear is a freedom you cannot even imagine yet. A peace that doesn't depend on anything outside of you going perfectly right. A clarity that cuts through confusion like sunlight burning through morning fog completely. A direction that finally feels like yours, not borrowed from someone else's expectations of you. I've watched people transform their entire lives just by learning to embrace daily silence. Marriages saved because partners finally stopped reacting and started actually listening to each other. Careers reinvented because people finally heard what they were really meant to be doing. Health restored because bodies finally got the rest their exhausted nervous systems desperately needed. Friendships deepened because conversations finally had room to breathe instead of competing with phones. All of this from something as simple and free as a few minutes of quiet daily. But simple doesn't mean easy, and free doesn't mean it won't. It'll cost you the identity you built to please people who never really saw you. It'll cost you the busyness that protected you from feeling things you didn't want to feel. But what you gain is so much greater than anything you'll ever lose to it. You gain yourself, fully, completely, with no apologies and no performances anymore for anyone. And once you have yourself, you finally have the only thing you actually needed. Everything else, the relationships, the work, the purpose, flows naturally from that solid foundation. But it all starts with the courage to sit quietly when everyone else is shouting. The courage to disconnect when the entire world is begging you to stay plugged in. The courage to be alone with yourself when loneliness has become the modern epidemic. Most people will never do this because it's easier to numb than to actually feel. It's easier to scroll than to sit, easier to consume than to actually create. It's easier to follow trends than to find out what your own soul actually wants. But you're not most people, are you? Otherwise, you wouldn't still be watching this. Something inside you already knows there's more waiting for you in the quiet places. Something inside you is tired of the noise and ready for something deeper than that. That something is your real life, patiently waiting for you to finally show up. Not the curated version, not the impressive version, not the version that gets approval, but the actual, real version that exists underneath every mask you've ever worn publicly. That real life cannot be downloaded or purchased or scrolled into existence somehow magically. It can only be uncovered through the brave practice of regularly choosing genuine quiet. So tonight, or tomorrow, or right now if you can, do something genuinely radical. Sit somewhere comfortable and let the silence wash over you like a warm wave. Don't try to meditate. Don't try to achieve anything. Don't try to be productive there. Just be there, fully present, with whatever shows up in that beautiful empty space. Some days you'll find peace. Some days you'll find tears. Some days you'll find rage. All of it is welcome. All of it is information. All of it is wisdom. All of it is your real life, finally getting a chance to actually speak again. Listen to it, please, because it's been trying to reach you for so long now. It has things to tell you that will change the entire direction of your existence. It has clarity that no book, no podcast, no guru can ever give to you. Because the answers were never out there in the noise to begin with, ever. They were always inside you, buried under the static, waiting for the silence to return.